And cheers, everybody. What's up, y'all? Happy New Year. We are back. Unfortunately, Carrie's not with me. She's actually at our new house we're going to be moving into, getting things all clean, organized, painted, which, if you guys stay tuned, next month we'll be actually moved into our new house. Hopefully, by that point, you'll see a new scenery, a whole bunch of new stuff that we're going to be talking about with different live streams, products. But today, we're going to be getting into, and by say we, I'm always so used to saying we with my team, like with my coaches or Carrie and I'm going to be getting into. We got our WBM awesome sponsored stuff right here behind me. And I just realized I'm going to scooch over so you guys can see that a little bit better. Voila. You're going to see Misha here in the background. So I guess I can say we. But also, I have a bonus that at another point in the live stream, we're going to be getting into some Zenwise products. Zenwise is a supplement company I've worked with for a while that I just really like their stuff. So I asked them, hey, do you guys want to send me some stuff? I need some specific things. I'll get into why. And then I also got this set of sandals that this is transparently, while they were gifted to me, the brand is actually one that I bought sandals from a while ago for a kind of different project I was working on. So they hooked me up. So we'll get into that as well. But we'll start with our WBM fund. We'll also, if you guys are down, we'll do a giveaway. So if you guys want to comment giveaway, you can get in on that. I'll pull up my phone right over here so I can see the chat. Again, you guys are watching anywhere else except Amazon, you got to hop on over to Amazon to get it on the giveaway. And I'll actually put the link to the live stream right here in the comments so you guys can get on over. I'm going to give you guys two different versions of the link. I'm going to give you the specific link that'll bring you right over to the Amazon live stream. I'm going to give you a more generalized version of it that will bring you to basically my live stream page, and then you'll be able to access it, hopefully pretty obviously from there. And then no sound. Good to know. What's going on with my sound? Haha. Let me know, Joe. Thanks for the heads up that there's no sound. It says it's coming through on my end. That was me, my fault. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was double checking. I was just testing it too. But yeah, I'm gonna also put a second link. And also, Joe, if you want to drop your link, I always love Happy New Year, by the way, Joe. It's always good seeing you, man. If you want to promote what you got going on in the chat, also congrats. I know you got some fun stuff going down. Yeah, Happy New Year, man. But I'm also going to put a link here in the chat.com/live/Mike Colo so you guys can hop on over. Either way, either one of these links, you can clip over. Come on over here. We'll do a giveaway. Congrats on the new news. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, we're excited. Carrie's pregnant. Obviously, if you guys haven't watched any of the live streams or you haven't seen or you don't know me personally or that well, even if you know me personally, you probably may not know. It's been a crazy year. And Carrie and I are going to be doing more podcasting and talk a lot about this stuff. Honestly, I really am encouraging her to write a book on not only her story, she's got a great story, as well as her just process in giving birth. She's going to do it all natural, no nothing. We're going to do it at home at our new house that we are moving into next month. She's going to birth the baby right there. And yeah, it's really exciting. So we're going to get into all that. But first thing I actually started with, I want to show you guys a real life application where I use the Himalayan salt. Okay. So not to just completely pivot, but I thought this was a nice little segue here. Cause before I jumped on, it's been a pretty fast paced day. Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't have my two daughters, Lena and Tessa, I have with my ex. So I take advantage of that time by just going hard in the paint with work, self-care, working out, content. I got some new contracts. Part of that is also fitting in food, right? So I did jiu-jitsu this morning. I'm actually going to get a workout in after this. Going to go to the rec center, take care of myself in other ways, hit the sauna. But I say I made some chili. We use our crock pot. I have a whole slow cooker crock pot recipe book you guys can also get. I have here, you can even see it in the carousel. I put it in there. But what I used is our turkey chili recipe. We actually substituted it for just organic grass-fed meat, regular beef. We went with a 90-10 split. And I used the Himalayan salt for flavoring on this one. So this is where it actually, let me give you a little taste test here. Oh yeah, that's what's up. Hands down, 100% need salt in it. What I also did, to be transparent, is I went with a taco season, organic taco seasoning mix. I just threw that in there, but I also used our Himalayan salt, used black pepper, garlic powder, and a bunch of other things. What I'm looking forward to, I actually took this out of the carousel because I don't have this yet from WBM, but they also have a really cool spice and herb collection that I'm working with them to send me out. But until they do, I'll just share with you guys what I've used so far and all the stuff I've used from them, from like even the cooking or the magnesium, which is the next thing I'll get into, has been great. And I was actually talking to the girls about this in the nighttime routine. We have the magnesium spray, which is actually, we got a little deal right now. What's up, deal? Take advantage of it while you guys are watching live. If you're watching the replay, you may not get it, but that's why you want to watch live. Also, we have the refill bottle. Now, what I did on the last stream is I actually poured this into my drink. Speaking of which, I'm going to hydrate. It's an essential piece to making sure we're nourished. I actually mixed up some magnesium with water, put a little bit of salt in there, and I put my creatine monohydrate, did a little blendy blend, went with about 16 ounces. And I was talking about a different solvent ratio that you can make. I won't repeat it unless you guys really want me to. Let me know in the chat if you want to hear about it, and I'll gladly go into it, but it's a really nice mixture. What I will say, taste-wise, I don't recommend using too much of the magnesium oil. I just kind of eyed it. I would recommend measuring it. That's just your best move. And then you seen the pork rind breadcrumbs? I love them. Oh, what? Pork rind breadcrumbs? No, dude, I haven't used those. I have the stuff you actually, I don't think they were the pork rind breadcrumbs. The one that you remember you came over. First off, Joe, I got to give you props, man. You're just a great person. Came over. So Joe finds out that, I went through a divorce and moved into a new apartment, comes over to my place. He's like, yo, man, let me cook you steak dinner, brings rice, brings steak, brings over some cooking utensils. Him and his family, they were just like so kind, man. And yeah, it was a really like just interesting time. It still is in my life. Like the last 18 months have just been fascinating to experience. And yeah, really, I'm grateful for all the people that have been and shown up for me. And even I'm grateful for everyone, because honestly, all of it contributes. Such a cliche thing, but it's true. All these pieces contribute to where I am now. Really grateful for that. And yeah, I love you too, Joe. And like, so I'll tell you guys an interesting story. And this is, I'll tag back into our spray, and I'm kind of bouncing around, but hopefully it's entertaining for you guys at least. What I will say is July of this year, or 2024, July, my partner and I, in a health retreat property, we put in a $2 million offer on a 74-acre estate that we wanted to use for our health retreats, for the new headquarters for my business, and for me to actually live on with my family. Now, I say this not to brag, but say it's been such an interesting roller coaster type of in 18 months. So from July, that happens. In September, Hurricane Helene comes through, devastates the whole Western North Carolina area. Then fast forward to, I want to say it was November, late November or December. I have to look at my screenshots. And, that drastically impacted my business, drastically impacted my partner's business, completely changed the financial game. And I woke up one day and I look at my bank account, it's like negative 30, it's negative $35,000. So go from, July, putting in a $2 million offer on a property. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. They went with a different offer. A variety of things were contributing to that. But fast forward 4 months later, negative $35,000 in the bank account, in my business account, at least I should say. And there's a variety of things. I won't get into complete aspects of details, but I say this to vulnerably share, for those of you that can imagine, like when you're stressed out, that's when things can get real. But I've learned through this process to not emotionally attach myself and my value to what's in my bank account or what things I'm doing on the property or my business or anything like that. I've really started to look at, okay, all right, so I'm negative 35,000. Fast forward 10 days later, I addressed the things I had to address. And there were some free things that went on with that too, just from all the billings hit. You got this, Mike. You work better under pressure. I mean, that is true. That's like an interesting thing. I will say, like, for whatever reason, when pressure kicks in, when ish hits the fan, that's like when I find myself most able to perform. And part of that maybe is like my environment growing up. Maybe some of that's like genetic code in my family, which, I have Italian and German families. The German side of my family is like literally from Germany. So I'm first generation here on that side. The Italians all from New York, Brooklyn, brick masons, electricians, hands-on people. Like my dad's an accountant actually, but hardworking individuals, immigrant mentality. And like when things get real, we can really push it. And I've also had the amazing support of family and friends. That's why I had the GoFundMe up. You guys saw that. And, but now I'm like, again, we're still like recovering, honestly. Like I was just transparently on the call with unemployment for they have like self-employed unemployment. I haven't gotten any money from that. And they're like, oh yeah, we finally sent out the money that's was due back in September. So I've just been piecing it together. Thankfully, it's again, afforded me a lot of really cool opportunities. I got some new contracts, hopefully we're working on that we're closing out this week. Another one I'm interviewing you for next week. And I say all this to say, like, it's all going to work out as long as we keep showing up, sowing the seeds and depositing in the day-to-days. And one of the analogies that made me think of this, I'm just highlighting, honestly, WBM products while we're going through this, so you got behind me, because I've talked about all of these. So I'm waiting for them to send in some new stuff. And then we're going to get into our Zenwise products that are new, and then my sandals. But the kind of impact from the hurricane coming through kind of motivated me and pushed me to even more actively seek out contracts and opportunities. And I got to work with a new company because of that. And I'm going to work with another hopeful company that I'm really excited about because of this. And I get to grow my team and grow myself and focus on myself in different ways. And the analogy I heard was, you'll see a video, right? And someone fills up a jar and he puts a bunch of golf balls in it. He's like, would you guys agree this jar is full? And everyone goes, yes, in the classroom. It's a college professor. And then he puts in pebbles and he fills it up, right? He shakes it around, fills it up. Okay, it's full. He's like, would you now agree? Always room for water. Ah, yeah. And then he's like, would you agree it's full now? Yes. And then he puts in sand. To your point, Joe, he puts in sand to like take away all the other surface area and then water, right? And the analogy he was inviting was the golf balls. It's important the sequence you put things in the jar. If you put the water in first or the sand in first, there's not going to be room for the pebbles or the golf balls. You put the golf balls in first, then you can put pebbles in, then you can put sand in, then you can put water in. And the idea is pebbles are your family, are your loved ones, are yourself, your relationship to God or whatever spiritual connections you have or source, whatever you want to call it. Then the pebbles are your business, your work, your mortgage, your car, your house, the other things. And then the sand is your like day-to-day BS. And the water is more nuanced pieces of that, the moment-to-moment potential anxieties that come with it. So it's being really intentional on how we fill our lives. So when I'm thinking about like transparently, I had a call last Friday with a physician's office. I was really excited, and I still am, to work with. It came referred to me from a client, but I kind of had a situation with my family come up, and I prioritized my family over the call. And I was able to communicate that with them, but I actually missed the call because of it. And in the past, and even in the moment, I found myself really judging myself and being stressed and be like, man, I can't believe I missed this call. And like, am I just like failing myself? Am I failing my family by not showing up in a business capacity? But I realized showing up for the family and my kids and my mom, for example, or the loved ones I have, my fiance, that's really important things in life. And I've not like it's a new concept, something I've continuously evolved to accept. I share that with you guys though, because I think it really hits the spot. And again, none of this has to do with like products, but I just thought it would be relevant. And I wanted to share with you guys because hopefully, again, I've gone through all of this stuff with you, but I like to just highlight what I will say though. I do have my sports laundry that I did yesterday from WBM. I want to share with you guys. I want to make sure I have the right one highlighted. This should be the sports one. Yes. Okay, perfect. So I got out of jiu-jitsu this morning. Last week, I got out of jiu-jitsu and my clothes, I let them sit in a like plastic bag for like, man, I don't know, 12 hours or whatever. Too long. Smelled a little funky. We threw them in the wash with a regular plant-based laundry detergent that we use that Carrie really likes. I think it's called Ecos or Ecos, and it's all plant-based, plant-powered. She loves it for a variety of reasons. If you've watched any of our content, you already know why and what she's looking for from ingredients. I'm not as, picky with that, but I empower her. Hey, like if this is important to you, I'm not so attached to this one that I'm not willing to cave or concede on this. So with that being said, we normally use that, but it just didn't get the funk out or this. It's like it was clean, but it like still had a little bit of a scent. So I used the WBM sports laundry on it with my other jiu-jitsu and training stuff. And after that wash, dude, so fresh. So I highly recommend for my athletes, for families out there, if you've got kids or yourself, you're working hard, you're sweating, you get funky clothes, the WBM sports one is the move. And then time is the most important thing, how you spend. Exactly. Can never get it back. Yeah, that's exactly it, man. So that's the other thing too. Like ironically, even with the timing of things, it's like, how many do you want to do multiple loads of laundry over and over and over again to get the scent out? Or do you want to do one and done? It's like the expression, right? You measure twice, you cut once. Use the proper tools for the proper job. And if you have sweaty sports clothes, the WBM line of their sports pods is the move. Now, I also have their Amber Fall, but I'm highlighting it just to show, because all of their pods look the same as far as how they come. Take one of these pods, it gives you the measurements on how much to use for your laundry. It's just super simple. The one thing I will say that I do like let's say, about other styles that liquid is you can pour in exactly as much as you want. With a pod, you got to do either 1 or 2, right? You're not gonna do half a pod, but that's really not the end of the world. But the other side of it, as you guys hopefully can see, is the way they actually box their laundry detergents. This is the smaller size. They also have a bigger one as well. It's way more space efficient. So you can fit in way more in your laundry room or wherever it's going to be. So that's like kind of bonus points to them. I just wanted to highlight. And then the other thing I want to touch on with them, I have both. Now in the winter months, this is less like relevant, but unless you're in like Florida, maybe. For my Florida peeps, you're going to want to pay attention to this. And Joe, I don't know, maybe you could like think of, I don't even by you, right? Like if grass is overgrown, whatever, it's like still bugs aren't going to get crazy. We got our fly swatter and the electric bug kind of base. These are just 2 clutch items. I would say get them now though, because it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it, especially summertime. You're really going to want to make sure you have it. So now's a good time to just get it, and then you don't have to worry about it later. But I just highlighted with them. We've talked about their beauty line, talked about their bath line. The one thing I will take some time for, every live stream, I like to take time to do this, is I have their lotions right here, but I'm going to take time to just lotion my skin up because I got out of jiu-jitsu and I got into the rest of it getting clean, but my skin gets a little dry, especially in these like winter months. So this is my favorite combo they have. This is, I want to say it's the milk and it's the milk and coconut. Just getting that, it smells good. It just feels good, especially like lips get dry this time of year. So I got to make sure I got my lip balm right. Skin gets dry, I get my like skin right. And I just like doing this little bit of self-care, slowing down, especially a day like today where it's like, don't have the kids, super fast paced, getting a bunch of stuff done, just taking some time to just breathe. And this is like a really helpful pro tip I've got from my therapist I've worked with in the past is like, think of your 5 senses. If you're getting like worked up, utilize your 5 senses. So like, what do I smell? What do I feel? What do I taste? What do I hear? What did I miss? I feel like I missed one. Hear. Oh, what do I see? Right? Like, so I can look around. What do I see? Then I can put the lotion on. What do I smell? What do I feel? So it brings these cues in so you can stay out of some of that like fight or flight state and stay in that present kind of rest and digest. That's like a pro tip. I even like using like lotion for, there's other like kind of tools and products that I've talked about in the past you can utilize for that, but that's one that I just wanted to highlight. And I guess I'll like, while I'm transitioning into like different things, I will talk about, we got the longer power strip and then I got my cube power strip right here. That this one's pretty clutch because check this out, especially. This is great for like Christmas time of year, but this one has a wireless phone charger. So I can throw it right on here. I don't know if you guys can kind of like see my phone. Let's get in the, I got to turn it on first. Boop. So you can see it's on. Line up the circle. Et voila. And then you can see it's charging right there. So you don't have to worry about having any cables. Now you also, it does have cables. You got your lightning cable and you got your 2 USBs. It's got your 3-prong outlet on each side as well. So you don't have to worry about, from a space component, this is pretty clutch. So you don't have to worry about like if there's going to be enough room. And then they have their regular power strip, which has more outlet space, or I should say have more outlets, but less space because they're right next to each other. But it's also, these are both power surge protected. Even transparently, I don't recommend this. I even have the cube one plugged into the other power strip just because we have the Christmas tree plugged in and they hold it down, man. They've been solid. We've had this Christmas tree on for literally probably the entire month. Again, I don't recommend that, but this thing is, we feel safe with the power surge protection component to it. And again, there's other components maybe with like fire hazards, but overall, I feel really comfortable with it. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to transition a little bit, okay? We are going to get into, and then if you guys have questions on the rest of the WBM products, I've covered them all. I'll have them here. We've got our beauty line. Again, shout out to one of our viewers, Nina, who won the beauty line that I'm going to be transparent, guys. We sent out cookies last Friday, and we were supposed to send out that care package to her on Friday. I just sent her a message. I'm like, hey, I forgot, so I'm going to send those out this week. That's on me. But we're going to transition a little bit. Talk to you guys about supplements. We're going to get into that next. But for now, I wanted to show you guys these sandals, which I'm not really going to be using, honestly, a whole bunch until the spring and summertime. But I kind of like just having flip-flops to quickly run out. Or when I go to jiu-jitsu, like today, these are pretty clutch. Now, I've actually ordered this exact pair before. I wasn't sponsored by this brand when I ordered them. I was doing a project with Amazon, and I just liked these, and I wanted to have them and compare them to some other brands I've worked with. But after working and like trying them, I know I like them. So I saw them on a network that I can reach out to. So I decided to reach out to them. Now, last time I got a 13, really that's like too big for me. Like I'm really like probably a 12.5 for most shoes, but sometimes I get a 13 if I just want it for like slides. But let's see the 12s. They actually feel really good. Yeah, the 12s are kind of perfect. So I'll just kind of show you. We're going to kick that foot up. Look at that. 12's perfect. So if you're maybe 12, 12.5, they're pretty much a true fit for you from my experience. And these are nice, man. Like the only thing I will say about these style of shoes, I get worried when I can see the bottom, which I can't here. But from my experience, when you can see the bottom where it's strapped in, it's easier to break. So I'm going to test these puppies out. Like I hike in sandals sometimes. I'll take Misha for a walk in flip-flops depending on the weather. I'm going to be wearing socks most of the time. So slides and my more traditional slippers are probably going to be more of the move. But when I do get to test these out, I'll give you guys feedback in the months to come. But I'm going to put these on and just kind of rock them now the rest of the live stream and just see how they fit. What I will say is like already the like thong styled and then the toes, the material they use becomes important. And it's like this seems to be pretty durable. It's not the most comfortable. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Even if they gift it to me or sponsor or whatever, like they can't pay me just to say whatever they want me to say. Like I'm going to kick it to you guys real. But I think over time it'll feel quite nice. Like it's not horrible. It's not irritating, but I'm sure if I like hiked, 5 miles in this one, but the tread on the bottom is pretty solid. Actually, it seems like it's going to get a good grip, but we shall see. Okay. So here's the thing I'm most excited about. We're going to transition into the Zenwise product. So I've got a variety of things, but the thing I wanted to pull out here, where is there it is. My vegan omega-3s. This is not honestly, this is the one I wasn't most excited about. I wanted to talk about this and compare it to your traditional omega-3. And they also sent me the gummies. So I figured I'm going to try the gummies. And I'm going to just tell you why I prefer those comparatively to even regular capsules and tablets. And compare even the idea of like vegan-based omega-3 versus our more traditionally sourced that's usually from fish oil or krill oil. I also had another brand that my doctor actually recommended me get that wasn't Zenwise. Now, if you notice, like, look, boom, want to pop that puppy open, you're going to see the seal. I believe these are two gummies per container. So here's the one thing I will say. That only leaves you with 15 servings. So you get 2 weeks worth of a serving out of this. I really like to see at least a month's worth, and usually with like omega-3s, like fish oil based, they taste fishy. So I'm curious to see. This has 4 grams of sugar. That's why it tastes good. Not surprising. So the first ingredient, organic cane sugar, and then tapioca syrup. Honestly, that's not the first thing I want to see in my omega-3s, but it does taste good. And again, it's sourcing anchovy, sardine, mackerel, and tuna for the omega-3s. You will not know that there's fish in here. But I will say 25 calories for your serving. And you're getting, let's see the fat, is only 0.5 gram. So when I talked to my doctor about I'm doing more labs and doing different things, he recommended taking 2 grams per day. There's only 0.5 gram. So if I were doing that times, I would do 4 more servings. That would be 8 gummies. That would be almost like a quarter of this entire container. So this may not be the most cost-effective one. It's going to be the best tasting one, honestly, that I've experienced so far. But from a cost-effective standpoint, probably not the move. This is more where you're going to want the capsules, because this is 2 capsules, and they are 24 in the container. So this is going to be more like cost-effective. And this is also 1 gram. So it's double the amount of your omega-3s here by comparison. But the thing is, again, let's talk about what's the difference in how we're sourcing it. So the traditional omega-3s is coming from fish or krill. The vegan-based one, this is coming from algae. So there's pros and cons to that. I really am not an expert in that particular area, but I want to highlight what I think about, what I would look for. What I look for when any kind of supplement testing is the brand reliability and the quality of their ingredients. So already knowing like the first 2 things in here are for taste, now they use cane sugar versus like corn syrup, but then they use tapioca syrup. Then look at our colorings. So they do for color, fruit and vegetable concentrate. So that's bonus points over here. And the coating, yeah, we got that. So again, this isn't horrible as far as like what they're utilizing. as far as the gummies. But for the bang for your buck efficiency, I would get the vegan-based ones, actually. They're just more efficient that way. And yeah, taking 2 a day with a meal is what's recommended. Now, again, my doctor recommended just for me because I'm almost 200 pounds, a little bit bigger. You may want to adjust that. Again, talk to your doctor, do some research on yourself, or reach out to myself and my team, and we can get on a private call and get some more insight and make some more, personalized suggestions where it's appropriate. And if you guys need more info, reach out to whoever you're consuming this. You'll be able to find me on social media or in our profile. We got all of our links, all that good stuff. But so for this one, believe it or not, I actually am surprised. I'm going to pick I got to go to the vegan one. I'm going to say of the two, the vegan one's the winner for me. If I were going to say recommend one to a client, now if it's purely for taste, I would definitely go the gummies. But just for the quality and cost effectiveness, I'm going to the vegan one. Now, let's go to our joint support. So we got our glucosamine additive. This one, as I get older, I appreciate more and more. And let's highlight some of the key ingredients. Glucosamine is going to be the key one here. This is what I'm always looking for. So we got 1,500 milligrams glucosamine. We've got chondroitin, sulfate sodium. If I can't pronounce it, I'm always weary. I always like to look it up. But the other thing I will look at is Boswellia serrata. So that's like a gum. That's all right. Not bad. Turmeric root. That's what's up. I'm a fan of seeing the turmeric root in there, and really glucosamine. Those are the two things I care most about of this ingredient list. From a joint standpoint, again, as I do jujitsu, as I get older, I start to appreciate doing more things like this. But here's what I will say, guys. No matter what the supplement you're taking is, it's supposed to do exactly what it says in the title. Supplement your food. If you're relying on this or any other capsule, pill, gummy to be your exclusive sole source of said nutrient, you are drastically missing out. Like even for me, again, I'm going to have my meat-based proteins to get my not only protein in, but get some other fats in. I'm also going to eat a variety of plants. I'm mostly plant-based. I would say 80% of the food I eat is plant-based, and I complement that with some animal meats for protein and some other nutrients and fats. But most of what we want to get is from our food, and then we're just bridging the gap here, the capsule. So the joint support, I would say like on a scale of 1 to 10 of importance, like 10's like absolutely, I highly recommend it. There's like 5 supplements. I give a 10 usually, like protein, whey protein especially is one. Creatine monohydrate's another. Creatine monohydrate is like one of the most documented, sourced supplements you can use. And then caffeine is another one. We'll get into that with their green bean coffee extract. That's one we'll talk about. But that's like more documented. Of that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd maybe give this like a 5. Like it's okay. Like it's not trash. Like it's not like 1 through 4, but like it's 5, like mid-tier. Like if you have some extra money to spend, you might want to look at this. Now, if your doctor specifically says, hey, you have a lot of, like if you're getting past the age of 40 or 50 and you want to work and protect your joints, you want to be able to not only lubricate them, but help them in their integrity. Maybe this kicks it up to like a 7. But even then, there's still other things you could do from your food. But hopefully that gives some insight to where I line it. Now, do I like it? Yeah. And am I going to use it? 100%. Do I like the brand? 100%. But on the list of importance of my supplements in the morning, if I could only pick a handful, this wouldn't make the cut, to be honest with you. So I did talk about that green tea. Or the green bean and green tea, the coffee bean extract. This has the green tea with it. Let's talk about this. So they are advertising it as weight management, metabolic enhancing, heart and cognitive health. Here's what I would really say. It's just straight up being a stimulant and going to give you energy. That's like, and when I give you energy, it's not even going to give you energy. It's going to block the receptors in your brain from allowing you to feel as tired as you would otherwise. So this is a very efficient way. I personally would rather go with a cup of coffee in the morning. If you guys know me, I like tea, I like coffee, I like drinking, and I like the experience. I even like putting protein and creatine in with my drinks and making it more of an experience that way. But what I will say is this is a fast-paced way to do it. And let's just look at the numbers. So you got 1 capsule, 60 servings. This is a way more cost-effective option. We've got 256 milligrams of green tea. Dang, that's pretty solid. Because one cup of green tea is going to be like maybe 50 milligrams of caffeine. So I don't even know how many like cups of green tea this would equate to, but this is the extract. So it's going to be more potent. And then green coffee bean extract, 500 milligrams. So this is why it's saying all these weight loss things. What it's going to do is basically like kickstart your energetic levels. And also that's going to positively enhance your metabolic rate. Now, again, this is a supplement. If you guys are eating in a calorie surplus, no amount of supplementation is going to change that or fix anything. You want to combine this. If your goal is to lose body weight and body fat specifically, you're going to want to combine this with certain types of movement, ideally 2 to 3 times a week of resistance training with maybe 1 to 2 times a week of some kind of cardiovascular or like step-oriented movements or some active-based movement, combining it with a well-rounded, nutritious meal plan that puts you in maybe 300 to 500 calories worth of a deficit. If more, you can probably try that. And then you add this to the mix. It'll for sure give you a boost and it will help, but it's going to supplement all the other things you're doing. If you're not getting movement, if you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep, if you're not in a calorie deficit, I would not waste your money on this. That's just any supplement almost in general. But that's at the foundation. Like again, 1 to 10. This is another one. I would put like maybe again a 5. This to me is like the 5 range, mid-tier, maybe 6, depending on what your goals and priorities are. But like really you're going to want to focus on a solid multivitamin first. Getting your omega-3. Like I would put the omega-3s. This is like a 10 to me. This is like for sure going to be in my top 5 supplements I recommend. In general, you're going to go omega-3s, whey protein, creatine monohydrate. Those are staples. And then if you want to start to get into, so we covered multivitamin, whey-based protein, creatine, an omega-3, and then maybe some kind of amino acid, like a branched chain amino acid, you can look at as well, which now studies, I guess, studies are constantly rolling out. So they're like, maybe it's not as essential as we thought or impactful, but for muscle repair, for me, that's a real big one. DHEA is going to be a really big one on there as well that I have in my supplement stack that I really like, as well as going through, I got my multivitamin, I got probiotics. That's another big one. So that's the other one I will say with like the digestion. Check this out. This is like a pro move that they did. They partnered with Dude Wipes. I guess, I don't even know how they facilitated this, but they send you a package of Dude Wipes and digestive enzymes. So they'll advertise it as no bloat, like anti-gas, whatever. Realistically, what you're eating is probiotics, or what you're putting into your body is probiotics. And they give you the Dude Wipes. And if you don't know why, if you've never had probiotics, I would invest in finding out, because you're probably going to need these wipes. And basically what it does is it helps you go to the bathroom and have more solid bowel movements, more consistent bowel movements, which was, I thought, a genius way to work in the Dude Wipes, because you're going to need these wiping your butt, right? So looking at these two, let's break them down. So we have the digestive enzymes, again, the probiotics, and this is for like gas and bloating. Now, what I will say is I've jacked up my protein. I've started to get more gassy and a little bit of the bloating component. So this is one I'm looking forward to like working in. But let's break down 2 capsules. There's only 7 in here. So this kind of like, I think this is a perfect package for like traveling. If you're flying, if you're working on business, even the holidays, things like that, this is a really wise combo that you can bring with you. So you can have your wipes wherever you're going, especially if you're going to third world country. Like I went to Mexico this summer in July, right before we put that offer in on this property. And this would have came in clutch. I now in hindsight, I save this for any time I'm going to leave the country. So we've got the bloating one that's going to help with just discomfort, but the digestive and the probiotics, this is where it's at. So we've got, and this is also another, I'd like to see, it's their prebiotic system along with the probiotics. Basically what that means is when you take these, you want to get it into the right part of your stomach or intestines. The stomach's just going to have a bunch of acids breaking this down. You want it to actually make it through the stomach and into a portion of your intestines to get the most out of what you're doing. Oh, but I think my cousin Gene is calling me right now. So hold on. I totally want to see Logan. I'm totally going to take this. Again, golf balls. Let's see. Let's see. Wait for it. Oh, that losing? Yeah, look, hey, I'm live on Amazon right now, but I just saw that you called and I wanted to see, do you like the cookies?
You like the cookies?
Are they so good? Should we send you more? Yeah. No, no more. Too many.
Do you want me to send you more cookies? Donuts? Oh.
Oh,
okay.
donuts. Noted. So we'll save them next time. We'll make donuts, okay?
Okay, say bye. Go, Mike.
Bye, Logan. I love you. Bye, guys.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. So that's a perfect example of, again, golf balls over pebbles over the sand and all this. So this would be like live streaming is pebbles to me. That's work. As much as I love it with you guys, family's going to take precedence. So I'm going to take that call 10 out of 10 times. Going back to this thing. So we got that. Hopefully you guys understand from the probiotics. Again, probiotics to me is like a 10 out of 10, something I 100% will recommend as a supplement though. But again, going back to that supplement story, it's not just I'm relying on this alone. I'm eating yogurt, like fermented foods and yogurts and things that are going to be probiotic rich as far as the foods go to help facilitate that. So we talked about that. We talked about digestive enzymes. I'll highlight the other digestive enzymes as well that we've got here. We went through these, we went through here. Boom, boom. So This is the one that I'm more familiar with. This is the one I've used the most. And again, they hit you with the probiotics. Let's kind of read through their sort. Whoa, I didn't realize they also have like all these fruit powders. We got papaya fruit powder, apple powder, ginger root powder, nice. Fennel seed powder, turmeric root powder, peppermint leaf extract, nice. Okay. So it's really, again, what's the probiotics? And then they also talk about the prebiotic system. So you basically get the enzymes and the ingredients into the right portion of your gut and the intestines of where you actually want it. And that's what you want to see. Prebiotic and probiotic mix. Now, again, if you're uncertain, always talk to your doctor. Like, don't just start randomly shopping and listening even to someone me, because I don't know all your personal information. If you want to find that out, though, again, we have coaching. We can jump on a call. We can evaluate your labs from your doctor, hook up with our team, and put the best plan together possible for you, and be able to recommend, like, hey, here's a specified supplement stack for you, combined with a meal plan, combined with an exercise routine, and have accountability along the way on how we're going to deliver that. But yeah, I would say that just in general, the digestive enzymes, the probiotics to me is one of those I would for sure recommend. I take these every single day. This is like a 10 out of 10 for me, along with, again, the omega-3s, whether you want to do the gummies from the fish oil or you want to do the vegan-based one. These are the ones of all the products I've gotten from Zenwise that I would do, like they would make it into my 10 out of 10. I'm taking these every single day. So we got the vegan omega-3s, we got the digestive enzymes, and then also the fish oil base, but even the green tea extract, like caffeine and things like this, are more documented as far as now. I shouldn't say like this. I'm putting caffeine and coffee in a similar category as like green tea extract and some of the other components like this coffee, green coffee bean extract, which they are slightly different. But those are the ones that like we know has a lot of research on it, and you can go read that yourself if you really want to get more educated insight to it. But that's what jumps out to me. So those are all the Zenwise things. I'm going to circle all the way back to WBM, who's like the main sponsor of this live stream that I wanted to just like, again, give them a shout out. And I'm going to go back to their Himalayan salt, which I've got in my chili. This goes back again to the nutrients, the food. I've got peas in here, corn, peppers, onions, black beans, and kidney beans, plus my organic beef. And we got tomatoes and diced tomatoes and pureed tomatoes. So again, got a lot of nutrients from the food itself. Now, if you notice, of all the ingredients I listed on here, only one of them was meat-based. The rest are all plant-based. So this is where I'm getting most of my nutrients from, and then hooking up the salt with it for my electrolyte balancing. We've got the magnesium as well to help balance out. Now, here's the difference where you might want to also work in magnesium that I've talked about as well on different live streams and in my content. Is magnesium is great for recovery in your tissue and relaxing. So that's another thing too. We'll use it at night with sesame oil possibly and like massage up our muscles. I'll do it with the kids. They can massage themselves to help relax their nervous system, as well as integrating the magnesium. It's the fastest way to get it into your system. Again, crosses over that barrier with your skin. It's going to be absorbed faster than trying to orally ingest it. And it's very efficient that way. So this is something I'm probably going to do. I even got more work, honestly, after this live stream. But when I am done and shutting it down for the evening, I'm going to be utilizing this and getting some relaxation, getting some more nutrients in. But again, the supplement side is that last 10%, guys. And whether it's from WBM, Zenwise, whatever the brand is, I've talked about a variety of different brands. It's the last 10%. Now, the cool thing is with WBM, they don't just have like electrolytes and some supplementation or herbs and spices. The herbs and spices is actually like the 90%. They're like turmeric powder. They're, I believe they have cumin, and I'm going to add these. So I'm going to reach out to them to have them send me more of that stuff. But that's the stuff that you really want to fill like 90% of your meals with, is that nutritious, not only food, but the flavors and spices. Because most of them are going to be like limited calories at most. So you can freely use them and really spice up, which is what I use with this chili. It's, again, all the calories are coming from the food. I'm not adding extra sugar or anything like that for flavor. I'm using herbs and spices that are giving that nice kick and flavor to it. So that is pretty much it, y'all. I appreciate you guys as always. I'm going faster pace through this. I'm going to probably dump the rest of this energy out at the gym, get some energy movement, get some more work done. I will be back later this week, actually. I missed the live stream this weekend because I had the kids, so I wanted to make sure I got it in with you guys today. And then this weekend, I'm going to come back to another live stream. Hopefully, Carrie's going to join in with me on this one, probably Saturday or Sunday. One of those 2 days for sure. Probably Saturday, maybe Sunday. and be able to cover more of our WBM stuff, see how it holds up with the laundry again, how it holds up with my like stinky jiu-jitsu gear. And hopefully we'll be able to confirm that I sent out our beauty line care package out to Nina because she won. And if you guys want to get in on the giveaways, always feel free to join the live streams. If you want it on the giveaways, just comment giveaway. I'll always do it when we have at least 2 people down for it. And also thanks to Joe for just hanging. I saw you in the chat. I always love seeing you guys. If you guys are ever watching, you're not following already, please feel free to follow. It lets you know when we're live streaming, when I'm going on, just getting more exclusive content, when I post all the other shoppable content on my channel. And hopefully you enjoy, if you've made it this far, you enjoy the content. This is how you can make sure you keep seeing it. And it's a great way to support myself and the brands that support me is by following, because that's a metric they like to see and helps with views, all of that good stuff. Hopefully you guys know the deal at this point. But with that being said, I'm going to give you guys a cheers. I'm going to bounce out of here.